Hi everybody, welcome to the final session in ROK Studios at Automation Fair for 2024. I hope you're not sad because this session is going to be really wonderful and really exciting, and I'm glad that you're here with us for this last session. So I'm Nicole, I'm the Customer Advocacy Program Manager here at Rockwell Automation, and I'm joined by Rodrigo, who is an expert on a new solution that we are talking about here at Automation Fair. Rodrigo, do you want to introduce yourself and just say what your role is?
Sure, so it's a pleasure to be here with you today. So Rodrigo Marango, Business Director within Industrial Components at Rockwell Automation. So today is our last day here, and we have a great show. So we introduced in the fair the Ethernet IP in cabinet solution, pretty much for these last 4 days, right?
And Rodrigo's been sucking up all of the traffic. So all the people come in through the front of the show and they just go straight to the back where the Ethernet IP in-cabinet demo is, right? You had good traffic?
Yeah, we had excellent traffic, not just here in the booth, because since Monday it was very busy, but we are running some labs as well. And since Monday to today, we have 4 sessions per day. Across the board, 800 customers took the lab. And we had pretty much sold out all these labs in 2 weeks before the fair. So it was amazing.
Yeah, they went really fast. I was looking at the registration for stuff, trying to get myself into a few things, and this one was full right away.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was very awesome. So let's explain why.
Sure.
What is this Ethernet IP in-cabinet solution, and how is it helpful for customers?
Sure. No, that's a great question. So if you think about electrical panel, is in the heart of the industrial operations, right? So when you're talking about these solutions, we are talking about solutions for in-cabinet, right? So today, if you think about challenges in the industry, pretty much we have a big gap, and in terms of gaps and labor and skills across the board. So that is every single year we see that as more coming back from customers with this kind of feedback. That's one challenge that we have, and we see a lot. Second one, pretty much to put a panel together requires a lot of time to wire the panel. And if you're just building one panel, is one story. If you're building 100 panels, it is another story. So that's another big one. And then another one that we see as well, we use a bunch of wires, so a bunch of plastic and copper. So sustainability right now, and more than ever, is a big deal. So that's another one. And data, imagine this cabinet that is pretty much closed all the time. You don't know what is going on within components like a push button or a contactor. And pretty much this solution is going to address this problem.
Lots for us to dig into here, lots of benefits. So personally, I get really excited when I see a very beautifully built panel where everything is neat and tidy. Can you talk more about the time savings, though, that goes into having this solution in machine?
Sure. So pretty much that is one of the biggest value propositions of this program. By study, normally a customer spends around 6 minutes to wire one wire in a panel. So we did studies within this platform in the last few months. We have customers in Japan, Brazil, UK, and Australia putting together panels, and the overall average, the old way to build a panel was 20 hours. This new way to build panels, in average, is 50 minutes, 50. So it's a huge benefit.
Wow, I'm not good at making percentages on this spot, but that's a big difference. That's less than half the time. Wow,
yes.
Very cool. And I'm assuming if you have, like you said, not just one panel, but a large amount of panels, that really adds up very quickly, and it's a big financial benefit.
Exactly. So you can have the economy of scales, right? It's the scale, right, across the board. So pretty much that is the biggest, benefit and feedback from customers when they are building big plants. You're not talking about just one panel. You're talking about the same panel that you need in some way copy and paste a bunch of times. And that is going to be when we see a huge benefit of this time saving as an example, right?
Very cool. And I know sustainability is on everybody's minds, of course, and we have a whole sustainability booth here at Automation Fair. Lots of companies are looking for ways to meet their goals when it comes to reducing energy and reducing waste especially. Can you dig into how this solution helps reduce waste?
Sure. So pretty much for those that have the experience or had the experience to build panels, you understand how many wires is pretty much flying around like a panel. Imagine that you have this PLC, big rack, I/O cards, and then you need to wire for every single input and output through terminal blocks, push buttons, contactors, and all that. Imagine all this amount of wires, and in these wires, you see a lot of plastic and copper. This solution, pretty much, we are removing away hundreds of wires, and we are coming up with a new single cable that is a flat cable, very thin, that is going to handle data and power all together. So here, talking with customers, if you put a scale together between the old way to do panels versus the new way, is a huge difference.
Sounds like it would be, yes. So does this also help with risk for customers? I would imagine if you have a lot of wires, that's a lot of potential failure points compared to just the one. Is that a conversation that's come up at all?
Yes, great point. So the panel is, if you think about the life cycle of a panel, you have the design, the build, the maintain and operate, right? So there are challenges within every single phase. And to your point, the electrical wire, pretty much the wire by itself, there are challenges putting the panel together, but imagine that you're a customer in Europe and you need to ship your machine back from Europe to US in this example, right? Transportation normally is going to make the screws in the cabinet like a little, loose, right? And then you need to rewire everything here to make sure that everything is connected, right? And you still have the connections that you have in your original project. And with the solution, the Ethernet IP cabinet right now is just a connector that we did with our engineering team, a lot of study in terms of vibration to make sure that the connection pretty much stays there. And then you don't need to recheck when you ship the panel because it's just a simple connector versus in the, let's say, the actual way, you have a bunch of screws that you need to check one by one.
Man, I would have never thought of that being something that's really interesting to learn about. So I think you also mentioned that one of the first benefits of this was just with workforce being such a difficult challenge for industrial companies right now. How's this helping with the workforce challenge?
Sure, that is another great question. So to put a panel together looks in some way somebody that has a lot of experience maybe think that it's simple, but it is not. You need to have like a lot of people and a team with good skill, because you need to do that like faster and in a very very focused way, right? And then pretty much you need to understand the electrical diagram and you need to translate this electrical diagram back to the panel, right? And again, as I just explained, putting the wires and you need to be almost like an artist to make it to your original comment here to make this panel looking good, right? So as we see people retiring now and pretty much we see this gap in labor across the globe. And with this new solution, one of the big ideas was pretty much how we can make this very simple, that somebody that's never worked with this cable and this connector before can just pick that up and make that happen without any training and all that. And that's exactly what we have been doing the last few years. A lot of voice of customers in the market and giving to people to play with it. And then what we arrive in terms of conclusion is that pretty much we are able to achieve that goal, right?
That's really neat. Well, if you ever want to try it out on a novice, I'm around. I'll give it a try, see if I can figure it out. That'll be the true test, right?
Right.
So what's coming next for Ethernet IP in cabinet?
Sure. So we are launching right now in the next fiscal year, right? So we have some releases. The first release, pretty much we are going to add push buttons, contactors, circuit breakers, and overload relays. Pretty much most of our portfolio that the high runners, right? And then one thing that is very important, this solution is open and pretty much ODVA is behind this solution. So we are looking right now to have waves in our roadmap, and we have more portfolios to be added, and as well partners are going to be adding, and this is going to go all around the vision that we have for the electrical panel of the future.
Wow, that's a big change. That's a really big change coming in. Rodrigo, you will be busy for the foreseeable future as you keep adding on to what this solution can do for us.
Yeah.
If customers want to learn more about this and they are not here at the show, how should they learn more?
Sure. So please go to our website, and right now we are going to start to publish more and more information. The Automation Fair was our big thing here, and then after the Automation Fair we are going to start to do more publications and publish more videos, and we are going to have more material. And then we are talking right now with customers to have beta customers as well. So if you'd like to be part of a beta customer, please contact us here through the overall channels that we have in Rockwell, and we are going to get that there.
Great, yes. If you are interested in being a beta customer and testing it out, like I am. That sounds fun. Drop your name down below in the chat. Otherwise, you can reach out to us through the Contact Us area on our website too, if you prefer to do it that way. We would welcome that. That would be great. We'd love to have some more beta customers. Thank you so much, Rodrigo, for sharing your excitement and your expertise on this.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And thank you guys for attending our ROK Studios sessions here at Automation Fair. We hope these were helpful for you. We hope you enjoyed them and you learned a little bit. We appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your day.